Okay, up for sale on ShowMyHobby is an Athearn F45 powered, ready to run diesel locomotive. It's in the Burlington Northern paint scheme, and it is road number 6515. This car is on consignment, and it's used. And I determined that simply by the condition in which I received it. Normally it came with all Hornhook couplers, but when I looked in the box, and I took a video of the inside of the box today, there was one Hornhook coupler assembly basically in the box. I apologize, there was one Kadee coupler assembly in the box, and one set of grab irons for the front, which I imagine are universal. They could go on the back as well, but they were not attached, and the horn was off. So in fact, pieces of the horn were in the box. Now the consignor consigned a lot of items, and over the years I keep running into little small pieces here and there. So I found a piece of a horn which I assume must go on this particular locomotive, and I found a coupler pocket which fits this particular unit. I haven't found the rest of the stanchions and the grab irons. But what I did today was I went ahead and glued the horn pieces back on. The locomotive, and when I say back on, I mean they're glued on, and you're going to see glue spots if you pay really close attention to it. And I glued what was available for the handrails slash grab irons, well, they're really handrails. And I found a Hornhook coupler amongst his items, so I installed that, and I also found a couple pockets to put it on. I installed the rear coupler. And the instructions for this particular locomotive were not a part of it, but he had a second FP45 in the Santa Fe paint scheme, and so it had the instructions, and I made a copy of those instructions, which I'm going to place in this box. Now I'm going to pad the box. The box doesn't come with its original little cardboard thing that had twist tie items to keep it in place, so I'm going to put something in the box when I store this, so that it doesn't get damaged in the future in moving around, and the handrails and couplers will all be protected, so that'll be fine. I would say he didn't use it that much, but it definitely had been run. So I've been running it for about 20 minutes here on this little makeshift oval right here, and I'm going to run it some more for you so that you are aware that it runs. And I'm just using a Bachmann controller. Now, if you're familiar with Athearn, older blue box locomotives, then you know that they soak up a lot of power. They take a lot of power to operate. So the locomotive looks good. I've got individual pictures of it, or I will be taking individual pictures of it close up and stuff like that. So when you see the listing, pay attention to those close up items. But here we go. Let's get the thing running. And right now it moved, I guess, about 25 or 30 speed steps on this controller. And right now it's up to about 50 or 60. Let's see. It's on 40. Okay. So I'm going to move it to 50. And it's loud. All Athearns of this age are pretty noisy, and it's almost as noisy as if it had a sound card in it, but no, it is DC only. Doesn't have a sound card on it. These particular things can be adapted for DCC. I've done it, but you definitely need to isolate the frame from the motor, and you might want to change out the bulb type lighting for LED. And there's some room in there, which if you wanted to put a speaker in there, you could do that as well. So it's a very strong engine. It is very heavy. The other one came out to be 28 ounces with packaging material. So I guess this one is pretty much about the same. So the Locomotive itself is like 1 pound 6 ounces. It's pretty heavy. So that's it running in the forward direction. Works, no problem. And I do have it on reverse at 100%. It's just not moving right this moment, so I'm going to tap it. All right. So slowed it back down to 75 in reverse. Now I'm moving it up to 80. Again, it's a Burlington Northern, and basically we have a Kadee coupler on the rear and a Hornhook plastic coupler on the front. Handrails on the front. It's missing 2 stanchions on the front handrails, and there are some round door glass ports. There's 2 on one side and 1 on the other. On the side that has 2 round portholes for the door windows. One of the little clear plastic items is missing. I think I have seen that. I just don't know where it is. If I find it before I ship it, then I'll either include it in the box or I'll go ahead and install it for you. But as of right now, it is not on the Locomotive, and so don't expect it. If you see it, it's in there, then consider that a gift. Look at the close-up shots, and you'll know better about whether or not it's there or it's not there. Okay? And I wanted to make sure I told you the right number for the road number, because that one looks like it was 6615, and very well may be. Okay, it runs, looks pretty good. I want to give you a picture if you can see it. You see that? I did notice that there is some sort of scratching on the side right there. If I turn the car like this, or the Locomotive like this, it kind of looks like easy. The letters E and Z were scratched into it sideways. It is number 6615, so my apologies. Not 6515, but 6615. And it's the F45 version of the Locomotive. And there's the wheel set. Clean the wheels just a tiny bit, not much. I think they call well, this is, it's an old Athearn, okay? So if you're familiar with those, you know what kind of metal wheels those are. They're not 100% nickel silver, and they're not brass. That's some other kind of metal. I've had some success by replacing those wheels with nickel silver wheels available from Horizon Hobbies, which owns Athearn. So You could change the wheel sets. Well, I don't know. Let me take that back. Can't see in there very well. These, you might have to change the whole trucks because the wheel sets that are available through Athearn, they have a different mechanism for connecting them to the trucks. So this is so old that you would probably have to replace the entire trucks in order to replace the wheels. But the locomotive runs, and it is up for sale. So take a look at it, and like I said, I glued the horn together, and in the photos you can see that the horn was not on its stand. The rear horn was missing, the two in the front were broke off, and the stand itself was broke off of the casing. So I did okay getting that glued back on there, I think. So it runs. It'll be decent for somebody. A couple covers are easy to take off. If you got Kadee couplers, you want to put Kadee couplers on both sides, that's fine. It's not a big deal. That'll be easy for you to do. The lights in there, it works. And that's it.